fuck this team. Good, they heard that.
Time to say goodbye. The season's over. Skyler, he sucks. There is no fucking way that we're winning with Skyler Thompson. That's all I got, guys. Welcome to the Smoke Show. Today is the Dolphins Bills playoff preview. We're in the playoffs.
Wow!
I never thought I would be this depressed doing a playoff preview, but here we are. It's kind of fitting though, right? Like, we're Dolphin fans, and we've never really had anything go for us our entire life. And like the one time, like the cookie almost crumbles our way, it's like, oh, Mike McDaniel wants to come up here. And the first thing out of his mouth is, Tua's not playing. Thanks, pal. Thanks. I don't know if you know, but I booked my flight 2 days ago. I don't know if you know about that. And I don't know, pal, if you know that, but I booked the flight because I thought like maybe we'd have a fucking chance. And I thought Tua would play. Obviously, that's not the case. Obviously, Tua's not playing, and obviously, Skyler Thompson is absolute dog shit. And I'm just going to be straight up with everyone watching this show. I think we need the blessing from Jesus Christ himself if we want to win this football game. I truly believe we have less than a 1% chance to win this football game with Skyler Thompson. And not to be disrespectful, but to be disrespectful, like, you're just trash. You're just not as good as I thought you were in the preseason. I saw what you did against the Jets. You barely beat sorry-ass Joe Flacco. I know you didn't turn the ball over, hallelujah, pal. But it's just like, you really want me to get all excited and worked up. And like, if you guys want me to lie to you, I could do that. Chat, I will gladly right now tell you, we got life. Skyler Thompson's going to outplay Josh Allen. The Bills are going to come out flat when they show DeMar on the big screen.
Yeah,
I can tell you all this, fam. If that's what you want, I got you. I'm just saying I don't think it's very likely. And that doesn't mean that it can't happen, because anything can happen, especially in 2023. Fuck, you could be born whatever gender you want, and you could push that shit. Anything can happen in 2023, fam. So by all means, are they completely dead? No. But are they basically fucking dead? Yes. Basically, yes. But I will tell you this. If Skyler Thompson does go into Buffalo and the Miami Dolphins win this football game, it'll be the greatest day of my life. I will get the number 19 tattooed somewhere on my body. And I probably wouldn't even leave the stadium. I would probably just sit there and cry and soak it all in like Tua did after his first like couple plays against the Jets, where he just sat on the 10-yard line and was just staring at the stadium. That's what I would do. I don't even know what I would do. I've never even had the emotion of what it feels like to see your team win a playoff game. The only thing I've felt in my fucking life is flying to 2 playoff games and seeing my backup quarterback fucking play.
I mean, what a monologue. First,
all
Matt
that
Moore,
up, Bobby.
First Matt Moore, now Skyler Thompson, bro. I woke up today, and today had such great promise. I was so happy. Smoke texted me. We got hooked up with some Dolphins Bills tickets. I'm smiling ear to ear. I'm happy. 12 o'clock, Mike McDaniel's going to come on. He's going to tell me Tua's playing. We're going to go into Buffalo, and we're going to shock the world. We're going to win that game. Nope. By 12:01, it felt like I'd been shot in the fucking heart by Mike McDaniel. He stood up there and said, Tua's not playing. Teddy's probably not even playing. It'll be Skyler playing. That's who we're going in prepared to play. And the game was over. I mean, now the only thing is there's no expectations. I already told Smoke that. Like, when we go into this game and lose, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to feel painful. The
Nope.
pain's already gone for me. It happened today because there's no life anymore. And all there is maybe a 1/10 of 100% chance that they win. But I mean, other than that, who the fuck knows? So that's kind of where I'm at. Jesus.
Is it really a Dolphin season unless we want to commit suicide at the end? Like, is that
No,
like,
absolutely not. This is normal.
yeah, like
Oh yeah, this is yearly
like,
tradition.
this is yearly. Like, get the
Yep.
drinks out. Let's go.
Drinks. I'm done with drinks. I'm about heroin. I need something stronger. Like, I'm running out of shit to fucking put in my body to get over this football team. It's just not working.
Not even close.
Yeah, like when I heard that Tua wasn't playing, and to be honest, dude, I thought he was gonna play. I was so like, oh my god, he's gonna come back. The Glazer report came out like, oh, if we get to the playoffs, like he wants to come back and play, all that shit. Not to mention, last week this shit lasted till like Friday. No, we found out on Friday that he's out. He's already out on Wednesday. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I thought he would at least be, oh, we'll see. We want to wait for more tests. We want to wait for that. He just came out and said, yeah, he's out. Like, I can rule him out for Sunday. That's what I'm going to do. So that's crazy to me. And like, without Tua, no life. I think we're getting 40-pieced. To be honest, I think we get shut out in this game, if I'm being honest with you. What did we say the line was? Is 14.5 for total points for the Dolphins? The
Josh
unders.
Kepelred's hair work tried it years ago, boys.
What does work as a Dolphins fan, man? Like, we're going to walk through fire. What did Smoke say he would do for a Dolphins Super Bowl? Is that what we're going to have to do?
I would run to the 50-yard line and light myself on fire and sit there and die for everyone so they could witness a Super Bowl victory. That's just what I would do. That's the type of team player I am. I'm a we, not me type guy. And the Dolphins, they just don't give a fuck about us. They don't.
Are not.
Like,
they don't.
It's like, how the fuck can we give them enough fake life for them to buy our tickets, our merch, sit here and talk about them for 18 hours a week, watch all our videos, and then like when push comes to shove, we're just going to shit down their throat and then do the same thing to them next year. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure heroin doesn't work. I mean, I don't think you can get out of this until you die. I think that's the only way out.
And you know what the worst part is obviously we got the playoff game this weekend, which now feels unrealistic to even have a shot in. But we got a super
doesn't even feel like a playoff game. It feels
no, it
like
doesn't.
I'm about to get bent over.
It's a bye. It's a bye.
Yeah, but then the next step to that is this, and thank you, Patrick, for the super chat. He asked the question because now the question's going to be asked. It's going to be asked all off season. He said, "How are my LFG kids doing?" So can we start to have the talk now? You know, the one where we have a massive organizational change and move on from our failed 2020 quarterback pick. Not a franchise guy. So
can I start?
Start.
So you know how every year we basically ended the year and it's been like a question mark with Tua.
Yep.
Dude, it's only gotten bigger. Like I'd rather have Tua have went out there and completely sucked all year long, or went out there and completely balled and never missed a game. And now it's even worse. Like the situation is worse. Like Tua played great, and then he still missed enough games to where it's like your situation just got even harder. Like it's after year 3 and the question mark just got fucking bigger. I didn't think it was possible for it to get bigger.
Yeah.
Like we're supposed to know this year. And now there's 2 arguments and they're both valid. It's like, well, when Tua plays, he's playing on an elite level. Correct. And then there's the other side where it's Tua was 0-4 in December. He's missed 5 games and now he's not available for the playoffs. Which one do you choose, pal? Like, how do you make a decision off that? Like, it's terrible. You know, like the best ability is availability, but also it's like, it also doesn't hurt to have a good fucking quarterback out there. I mean, if you don't go out there, and by the way, Lamar Jackson, phenomenal quarterback, he doesn't solve the availability thing.
Last 2
years. The guy's played 12 games back-to-back years. Like that doesn't cure it. Do I think he's a better quarterback? I mean, obviously, have you seen the guy fucking run around and throw the ball? He's unbelievable. But I think I'd rather have Tua long-term over Lamar. I like his skill set more. But he's not available. So your only option is to get one of those 12s. And that's either Aaron Rodgers or Brady. And you pray it works for a year and you win a fucking Super Bowl. And that's it. And if you sign one of those guys and you don't win the Super Bowl, then you basically just told Tua to go feel his mother. So I don't know. I don't have the answer. And I'm just glad I don't have to make that decision. And truth be told, I hope there's a new GM to make that decision. And nothing against Chris Greer. I mean, he's trying his ass off. It's not like he went out there and he just let this team go to shit. I mean, he built every fucking thing that he possibly could, and it's just not working out, just like Stephen Ross. The guy tries to be a winner. He's just not. It's not like Stephen Ross is just sitting there and not trying to do anything for the team. I mean, the guy fucking invited Tom Brady on his yacht and tried to settle all of Deshaun Watson's cases. I mean, built him a brand new facility with his own money. So, like, both of those guys are trying, and they've done some great things, but they've also made some big-time fucking mistakes. And at some point, if the job's not getting done, you just got to cut ties. But I do want to say this. It would be a big fucking mistake if you let Mike McDaniel go, man. I really think that, like, if there's anyone you have to keep, it has to be Mike. Because you give him another year to learn from all the shit that he just learned this year, and you give this offense another fucking year in his system, it could be magical. And look, he's got to change some things. Like, we shouldn't still be breaking out of the huddle with 3 seconds left, and Tyreek, it looks like you're watching a tennis match before every fucking snap, and guys still don't know who's coming in motion. They still don't know where to line up. That still falls on Mike McDaniel. But again, it's a first-year head coach, and I think he's only going to get smarter and wiser as time goes on. So I think you have to clean house, but keep fucking McDaniel. That's the only fucking piece I really care about is Mike McDaniel.
I mean, I'm with you on a lot of the stuff you said. Starting with Tua, because that's where it originated with. Impossible. Biggest question mark ever of all time. I think he'll be the quarterback next year just because of the contract. He's under another cheap contract. It's going to be another prove it. Well, first of all, let's make sure he plays again, because in McDaniel's press conference today, it didn't exactly sound like he was even close to playing football or thinking about playing football. So let's
elaborate on that.
I mean, it just seemed like he's not even close. We're not even talking about football. I want to make sure the human being is okay. It was
a lot of that Wednesday.
It was a lot of that talk today. So I get it. I understand. We've talked about how serious the concussions are. Kid's got to make a choice. Does he want to play football and put his health at risk, or does he want to stop? That's the first question. And if he wants to keep going, I believe he'll be the Dolphins quarterback next year, which then puts us in a box because we then have to sign a backup quarterback that's worth the shit, because we know he's not going to play every game. So there's more of your cap space allocation. And then you got,
and we say that every fucking year, and we think we signed a. I just hate it.
Smoke,
every
I know.
year we got to sign this fucking backup quarterback, and they suck every fucking time. Sorry.
Believe me, brother, I know.
I'm just so livid. Like, it's like,
and that's why to me, Greer's gone.
That's what we are.
We're developing team for the rest of the league, bro. Like,
Greer's the first piece. Greer's gone, bro. He's had way too long of a tenure. Sure, he's done some good things like Tyreek Hill, and you feel like Terran Armstead's a good thing, but he signed a guy who's injury prone and said he could have been out for the season week 1. So he's done some good things, but he's cut some fucking corners. He's had some shitty draft classes. He's the number one guy that has to be gone. And in my opinion, a GM should always pick the coach. So I don't want to hire a GM that is just forced to stick with Mike McDaniel. If the GM wants Mike McDaniel, sure, great. I'm fine with giving Mike McDaniel another shot at it. I think he's earned another shot. I think he's a rookie head coach. He showed some great things. He's also fucked up quite a bit and could learn from it. But if you're putting a new GM in, GM has say over coach. Those two things go hand in hand. So I don't want to do the same thing where we force, like, kind of like how Mike McDaniel's like, well, you're coming in and you got Tua. That's your quarterback. Like, you got to 1-1. Your GM picks your coach, and that's how it goes. So I think that's the first step, but who the fuck knows how the Dolphins do it? Jesus.
Yeah, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. If you want McDaniel to stay for sure and all that type of stuff, what you said is exactly correct, Bobby, and that's why I think Greer's actually going to stay, which I don't agree with. That's not what I'm saying I agree with, but that's what's going to happen. Greer's going to stay. He still obviously has ties with Stephen Ross, and if you want to keep McDaniel, like, he's probably going to stay. When it comes to Tua, he's going to be the quarterback next year. To be honest with you guys, even if you don't like whatever your feelings are on him, like, obviously I like him, but whatever your feelings are, he's going to be the quarterback here next year, unless you go out and make a huge trade, which I feel like is very unlikely. He's going to be the quarterback next year. So strap in for that shit. Lock yourself in for that fucking roller coaster of a ride, because he will be here next year. Like, to be honest, it's just the way it works. Again, Stephen Ross isn't afraid to make a splash, but that's just kind of what the roster construction and what the salary cap, that all of it leads to Tua's back here next year. So you have to go get a capable backup, which we thought we said Bridgewater. He fucking sucks. By the way, all these people are like, yeah, he's coming home to Miami. He's going to be even more motivated. Yo, he looks like he doesn't give a fuck. He looks like he doesn't give a shit, man. Fucking, like, everyone's talking about, oh, this guy doesn't give a shit. This guy isn't fighting back. Byron Jones, all this stuff. Yo, Teddy Bridgewater looks like he does not give a fuck. And it pisses me off. He literally came in and looked like he did not give a shit whether this team lived or died when our
Been
season
like
was
that.
on the line. Like, I don't understand that. Appreciate the 5 from Sean.
Appreciate you, Sean. Keep
But
going,
yeah,
Jay.
man, that's just where we're at. So I think Greer's going to say the person I need to go, because our offense was 6th in yards, 11th in points scored with Tua missing all those games. Like, that's legit offense. Like, the offense was clearly not the issue. Dude, Josh Boyer needs to get his ass out of here. And I know I'm just saying the sky is blue, but we really need a new DC, because to me, everyone's saying they're scared of running it back. If you can run it back with a different DC and bring in some more players on that defense, you have a great team, because our defense was fucking dog shit and people don't want to talk about it. People really don't want to talk about it. And by the way, the reason I'm pissed too is because with the personnel, even with the injuries, it should not have been. You know how many teams would kill to have Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips? You know how many teams would kill to have Christian Wilkins in between them? Are you kidding me?
Well, I don't think that's the weak part of our defense. I think all 4 of those guys, except fucking Chubb, have been playing great ball and have been extremely effective. It's the lack of depth and the fact that we have to play losers. I don't want to call them losers. It's not their fault that they're playing. We guys got like Keon Cross, and we got our 3rd and 4th string safeties out there. The linebackers are still fucking dog shit. So
horrible.
I mean,
by the way, don't bring back any
Boyer
inside linebacker.
I believe the front 4 has been balling this year.
Yeah,
like our run defense is up there. And to be real, like the defense they're the only reason why we won that last game. They kept us around in the Patriots game. The offense threw a fucking pick 6. The only game that I think they cost us down the stretch was the Bills game, and you could still make the argument that fucking McDaniel should have just ran the damn ball. Now, I'm not saying that they get a free pass, because they've been absolutely egregious on 3rd down, probably one of the worst 3rd down defenses I see, and I know that's a big problem because it's the most important down on 3rd down. I'm just saying the offense has been way more disappointing, at least with our expectations, than the defense has been.
I think it's fair, man. The defense has held us in some games. You could definitely see that and say that. My problem more so is with the scheme. We can't keep playing this bend don't break garbage. We can't play this, it's 3rd and 7. Let's back everyone up to the 7-yard line. Let them get anything underneath, and hopefully they don't break a tackle. It's just some of the scheme things.
Yep.
Like in the Patriots game, when you see Jacoby Myers one-on-one with Riley on the outside, a linebacker who's not even a starting linebacker at that. It's just those scheme things, because the effort's there. Like Christian Wilkins is a fucking dog. JP has been playing great this year. Could we have asked for a little more sack production? Sure. But all the other underlying numbers, the run stops, the pressures, all there. But it's just the scheme, man. And I get the injuries. I get the secondary is like literally a JV secondary out there.
Exactly.
Let's put them in a better position to be successful, because that's not what we're doing right now. We're putting our guys.
Well,
in
we're
a
not
scheme
doing that with
set
fucking
up to fail.
Skyler either. We're not doing that with Skyler either.
I'm strictly talking about the defense. I'm just
saying it goes both ways though. Like I don't know how we can put all this on Boyer and say scheme.
I'm not putting it all on him.
And then we're looking at our offense, and we should be like, well, scheme. Like Tua's not in. You can't fucking run this crazy offense. It's not working. Skyler doesn't have the fucking brain to do that. He's out there, and it looks like he's stuck there trying to watch the whole Avatar movie. It's ridiculous. He's terrible. He sucks. No, you can't read a defense. He doesn't process.
And by the way, neither can Teddy. Shit. I think
that's what I'm saying. Like it's the scheme. That's my whole point. We all want to shit on Boyer for his fucking scheme, but no one's saying, yo, the offense should change their scheme. You're playing with 2 absolute bum quarterbacks. And we're out there trying to run the offense like Tua's out there. That's my only point.
True.
I think it's a fair criticism. And this week, they better fucking change it up, man. It better be some Wildcat. I know we were talking about that backstage before. Like, we need to see some Wildcat. We need to see some different looks.
Bubble screens.
And this week, another thing that's nice is last week it felt like Skyler had to be in there and be conservative and just not fuck up, because if we lose, it's over. This week, if we lose, we're supposed to lose.
Like, if Skyler throws 5 picks, but he's just trying to be a hero, like, I'm about.
Exactly. Just go out there and sling it.
But low key, let's run the ball 40 times.
Against the Bills. Go ahead, Jay. My bad.
I think you have to run the ball 40 times. I think you Mac Jones, fucking Skylar Thompson that. I think you don't let him throw more than like 15 times.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not 45 mile per hour winds. It's going to be 29 and sunny out with 5 mile per hour winds. Josh Allen's going to be walking around butt-ass naked with his dick slapping us in the forehead. I mean, it's not like 40 miles.
That was happening either way. That was happening either way. Shit. On this.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that was gonna happen no matter what. And to me, you run the ball, you keep the ball in his hands as much as you can. And like, bro, I'm sorry. That game, people want to give credit to Skylar Thompson. Listen, credit for him for not turning over the ball, like you said in the opening statement, Smoke. Yo, he's fucking trash, bro. He's if you want to say Tua's not going through his reads, watch Skylar because this motherfucker's missing guys left and right.
He's terrible. You got to draft a quarterback. You got to like our second round pick should be a fucking quarterback.
Nah, bro, it's got to be corner, man. If we don't draft corner, we're fucked.
Nah. I think we could address corner in other ways. I mean, we do hit corners in the second round. I will give Greer that. But, dude, you need a backup because Teddy sucks. I'm not paying him 6.5. And what I've seen from Skylar, I don't trust him. And it's like I'd rather get a new project at least early, like the Eagles did with Jalen Hurts. You know, they had Wentz and still drafted Hurts, and it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to him.
Or second, yeah.
And, look, I'd rather Tua be the guy I do, but, like, it's almost –
you're buying
over. Insurance because you know you're going to get in an accident. You know, like if you know you get in a car accident every year, you are going to make sure you have fucking car insurance. And that's what Tua's been every year. You know it's coming. You might as well have the best plan possible with the lowest freaking deductible. So you don't have to come out of pocket $5,000-$10,000. That's the situation right now in Miami.
And sorry, what were you going to say? You have something to say, Jay?
No, I just want to ask you guys a question because I have the free agent quarterbacks for next year. I was going to read them out. I was going to read them out and just see what you guys think.
Corner or quarter?
Quarterback.
Got it.
All right, ready? So Tom Brady.
Love.
I don't know. Love it, but like I'll be honest, boys. So I've watched some Bucs tape just to like see what he's at. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. The yards, they're lying to you. He's fucking terrible. He
I would never call a 7-time Super Bowl champion
of course,
terrible.
I'm talking about this year though.
Like I
he's actually bad.
Is he in his fucking prime? No. Is he going to play all 17 games and know every single little detail that the defense is doing and help Mike McDaniel, the biggest genius in the NFL, or one of them, although he's a fucking idiot when it comes to clock management? Is he not going to elevate him and probably make him a better coach? Absolutely. And if there's anyone that could come in and take to his job that I'd want him to fucking learn from, it's Tom Brady. So my answer is yes. I would take Tom Brady.
Bobby?
My answering, I don't want Brady. I mean, could I sell myself on Brady for a year? Sure. I've sold myself on crazier ideas with the Dolphins, so I could definitely make it work.
I would take Brady for 1 year. Pray you make a crazy legendary run and throw his ass in the front office and let him move down to South Florida. That's exactly what I would want.
If that was the plan, I could get on board with it. I don't see it being a realistic plan, but I could sell myself that dream.
Personally, Brady's tape is terrible. He bubble screens and slants his way down the field. I don't want that, but yeah, that's fair. That's Brady. I can't shit talk him. The next one on the list is Baker Mayfield.
No.
No, Sam Darnold.
No.
He's actually looked good, but no, would want nothing to do with him.
Jimmy G.
I could see that.
He can play backup. I don't want Jimmy G as our quarterback.
He's insurance. He's insurance, right? Like that's what
I'm about. That
Jimmy G would be the best. Here we go again. Backup. Let's get the best backup on the market, and then when we put him in, he's gonna fucking suck and get hurt, and his little pussy's gonna pop.
Let's see. All the other guys like Daniel Jones is gonna go back. It's like Joe Flacco, Andy Dalton, Heineke, Lamar.
That's why you have to draft one. You either go with the old heads, trade for Rodgers, or you draft one. That's it.
And you're thinking,
unless you get Gardner, I would go for Minshew. That's what I'm saying. That's
as a backup, maybe. But like Smoke's saying, I'm down to draft a quarterback every single year until you find one. The problem with the Dolphins is we draft one, we latch on, we make it a 3-year project, and then the cycle just continues. So I don't trust the Dolphins to draft a quarterback and just say, hey, he's our backup, we're developing him. Because somehow, some way, he'll end up being the starter. Somehow, some way, he'll do something awesome that'll buy us all in. And then he'll be the worst quarterback of all time. But we'll be like, remember that one time, though? He was awesome. Let's waste 3 more years on it and see if we could really make it work. That's just life as a Dolphins fan, so who knows? Yep. We got a super from Tim. I can't pronounce your last name, but he's a Canadian boy, Jay. Shout out to Canadians.
Yes, sir.
Vanderlock.
Nice, Smoke. Crushed it. I think we're all at a point now where we're generally concerned for Tua as a human being. I would love to hear meetings between doctors and ownership in regards to Tua's future.
Yeah, here's my take on that, and I've said it 100,000 times, and people are like, "Oh, you want him to retire?" Look, I could give a fuck if he retires or not. I am saying, if I was related to him, I would say, "Please stop playing football. You are going to have scrambled eggs for a brain." Now, if me as a Dolphins fan who knows that he gives us the absolute best chance to win a football game when he's on the field, I'm going to tell him to snort bath salts and figure it the fuck out and get back out there. So it's all up to who is he going to listen to more? Is he going to be this warrior and force himself to stick out there? Or is he probably going to listen to his wife who just had a newborn kid and is like, hey, I probably don't think you should play more. Or if you do, I think it should be short term. Get your second fucking contract like everyone else does. Get your second big contract. And then you weasel your way out. I'm pretty sure that's what Luck did. I think Luck got his second contract and then one day woke up and said, nah, fuck it. I'm in my prime. I'm a top 3 quarterback, but I'm good. I think both the reality, the conversations are probably wild. It's very political, obviously. At least I think so. When you're talking about $1 billion industry, if the league doesn't want him out there because they think it's a bad look, he's not going to be out there. If they did want him out there, he'd be out there. At the end of the day, do I think Tua wants to be out there? Obviously, 100%. He's an athlete. He's a professional athlete. Yeah. Of course, he wants to be out there. But as for retirement, like I said, it's going to be on whose opinion he values most, or that's it. I mean, the doctors could tell him. I don't see how there's any doctor out there that's saying, hey, man, you've had 3 concussions in, 16 weeks. I really think this is a great career path for you. I don't see that happening. And everyone's like, well, what about Kenny Pickett? Well, I hope the doctor's saying the same fucking thing to Kenny Pickett. And I know people are like, Jalen Phillips. The guy almost stopped playing football because of it. So, it's not like these people haven't heard it before. Yeah. It's their decision. They're grown fucking men. If you want to take the risk, put your big boy pants on and take the risk. If you don't, take your fucking money and enjoy your life with your family and keep your brain. It's up to you.
I mean, I don't even have anything to add to that. That's just
nothing,
the reality of football. They know the decision they're making. It's a fucking dangerous game. Unfortunately for Tua, he's been unlucky more times than anyone I've ever seen in my life. And when it starts to get to brain injuries, it gets different. So I hope for his health. I hope he's great. I hope he wants to play football. But it's his choice. I can't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know we got fucked up Friday. It's not fired up Friday. I can tell you that much.
No, there might not be a fired up Friday show because
he's flying.
Perfect. No, because I was gonna get my score prediction 40-zip Bills.
I have no life. I'm actually gonna say one thing positive, and then we're gonna go back to the actual game preview, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
All right.
You want me to be positive now?
We got a super chat. Start out the positivity. Try hard. Thank you, brother. He said, Dolphins getting the W. Nikki, I can feel it. They should pay you to go to that shithole Buffalo. Same place where they called Ahmed a terrorist, by the way.
That was crazy. That was actually crazy.
Did they really?
I don't remember that.
Smoke, that's so funny. So clearly, that popped in my head. Yo, Brian Flores, the one thing I remember him doing that was personable was remember when we went to that press conference, it was like, listen, guys, his name is Ahmed, and I really would appreciate if you called him that. So fucking terrible, man. People are talking about, what if Flores had this roster? We don't have this roster with fucking Brian Flores, man. I'm so done with that shit.
I ain't talking about Flo. Fuck that. Fuck him. Flo.
They should pay you to come to Buffalo, though. You should be getting paid out here.
I mean, I am getting free tickets to the game.
Yeah, what?
That's pretty good. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, I made out like a bandit. Anyway, all right, let me be a little positive because I did come to the realization that, look, we are Dolphin fans. All we know is pain and suffering. But at the end of the day, they made it to the dance. And we should be happy that they did that because it's the first time that they've done that in 6 years. So even though we might get fucking mollywopped, I am proud of this team for getting there because they could have very easily lost and we all would have been up here raising fucking hell, burning all of our shit and just crying like bitches. And by the way, we are entitled to cry like bitches had they lost that game to the Jets. I just wanted to put that out there. But we made it. And I think the new regime, first year in, with all the adversity that they had to go through, I mean, we played 5 games where our backup quarterback started and then didn't finish the game. You lose Brandon Jones. Byron Jones fucking scams you out of bread. Teron Armstead picks and chooses when he wants to play. Tua's fucking missing 5 games. It hasn't been an easy road. Xavier Howard in his damn groin and hip. I mean, everyone and anything was just hurt, and we had to overcome a lot of adversity. We also had a lot of great moments. And, I mean, even in those ugly games, fourth quarter comes and we had opportunities to win those games. So did I expect more from this team? When we were 8-3, yeah, but when the schedule came out, me and you, Bobby, we weren't far off. We said 10-7, and they finished 9-8. And had they been able to have their starting quarterback during those 5 games, they probably would have went 10-7, 11-6, and when it's 8-3, I mean, and your team's absolutely rolling, of course you're going to get caught up in those motions. You'd be an idiot not to. Your team's first place in the AFC East. At one point, they had a chance to be the number 1 seed if they beat San Francisco. So, I mean, we saw flashes, and then we've also seen crashes. And I just think this thing needs a little more time. You know, Buffalo, they had their little skid like that too when they were sneaking into the playoffs, but they were that team on the rise, and they were just a little piece away. And I think we're there. I think we have a really good young core. I think Javon Holland's excellent. I think Christian Wilkins is excellent. Zach Sealer's excellent. JP's excellent. Regardless of what anyone says, I think Chubb's going to turn it around, and I think he's going to be a big impact player on this D-line. And we get Ogba back, well, we might let him go. But, you know, like, you don't have a magic potion to keep everyone fucking healthy. But I do believe if you run it back with this team and, you know, you find a way to improve the roster either late in the draft or through free agency and restructuring contracts, I do think the future's as bright as it's ever been, because you do have a lot of guys under contract. And I don't think our window closes tomorrow. But if it goes on any longer than next year and you still have a question mark at quarterback, then that window is going to fucking close really, really quick, because once you pay the quarterback, man, it's fucking hard. It is fucking hard to do. So I still think the future is very bright. There's a lot of good things, obviously a lot of bad things, but overall, we're Dolphin fans. We got into the playoffs. We should be pretty happy, you know, and we always want more. Everyone wants more. Just things that are worth it take time. And I don't think they're too far away. I really don't. I really fucking don't.
No, man, I appreciate the positivity, and I do think some more needs to be shed, because, I mean, the Dolphins were plus money to make the playoffs. Weren't supposed to make it. Made it. The win total was 8.5. Cashed the over. So the team did go out there and exceed some sort of expectations. The frustration comes in when you see what was happening in the middle of the season. You saw Tua as an MVP candidate. You saw how good the team was and how excited we got. And yeah, is that on us for getting our heads above our skis a little bit? Sure, maybe it is. But we're Dolphins fans, man. We haven't had good things. And when things started getting good, our eyes got fucking bright and wide, and we just wanted to see the best from our team. So is this season a disappointment as a whole? I wouldn't say a disappointment, no. I would say they came up short of what I thought midway through the seasons. But preseason expectations, they're about on par with what I thought would happen and what could happen. So there is a lot of good stuff to build on. It's been a fun year. It's been a miserable year. It's been a roller coaster, but that's Dolphins football. And that's what happens when you're a fan of a team like this, bro. You ride the roller coaster ups and downs. And at the end of the day, you're still a fan. You bleed the aqua and orange. You always will. You always come back. We just hope we can build on this, because like Smoke said, I can't do many more of these seasons where you get the expectations and then you just get shot in the heart and fucking murdered.
And that's a great point. Real quick, Jay, let me piggyback off of that. So I'm kind of looking at it as like a college program, right? You get the new head coach and you're trying to change a program. You can't change it overnight. It takes recruiting classes. Then you got to win a certain amount of games, get to the bowl game. Maybe it's a nice bowl game. Maybe you win it. Maybe you don't. But it creates that buzz and like, hey, like change is coming. And I believe that's what this year has been for the Miami Dolphins with Mike McDaniel. And I think a new bar has been set for this team, that you have to start making the playoffs every single year. And you need to start thinking about winning that fucking game, because now we made it, and we made it with Skylar Thompson playing freaking quarterback. So if you have Tua and the boys and they're healthy, like I said, there's a new expectation for this football team, and they should be a playoff contender every single year. And there should be at least a couple years, because Josh Allen's Josh Allen. Like, it's going to be hard to win that division, but there should be times where you're banging on that fucking door, or sometimes you're kicking that damn door down. And that's a new expectation. Like, this team at a minimum should be making the playoffs. Like, we need to learn from what we didn't know. Like, the season don't start till December. Like, that should be the new fucking expectation for the Miami Dolphins. I expect them to beat the shit out of dog shit teams, and I expect them to compete with the best of the best. But like I said, this is the new bare minimum going forward with Mike McDaniel. You need to make the playoffs, and then you got to start winning them. That's it. That's the new culture.
Shout out Cap real quick. Hit that like button. We got 179 in the chat. Cap says he only sees 28 likes. You need to hit that, motherfucker. Come on now.
Yes. Smash that thing, please.
Smash it.
Smoke,
Subscribe while you're at it.
that's a great point. And I was just gonna hit this because you remember in the offseason, players were talking about this is one of the more difficult schemes they have had to learn. A wide zone scheme is not very common, it's very unique. And we've seen the run game actually evolve the more the season's gone on as the offensive linemen learn the new scheme. And the running backs learn the new scheme. Obviously, Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert have been there, but you've seen it kind of progress in the run game, get better and better. Obviously, the pass game is tough without Tua, but you see kind of the whole offense evolve. So I think Smoke's right. Like, maybe we shouldn't have expected results right away. It's kind of been like a developmental year, which I hate to say, but like Smoke's that analogy was perfect because you can't change everything overnight. And a lot of these guys will be coming back next year, and they'll already have the knowledge of this offense, which is huge. Because heading into next year, and I've said about Tua specifically, but let's talk about all the players, especially on the offensive side of the ball, because the defense, I do expect some changes. But on the offensive side of the ball, they'll have that knowledge. And imagine all these players in this offense next year. Imagine Mike McDaniel next year with another year of experience in this offense. I think that's very helpful in terms of what we're going to do next year. And I think that we should have those expectations. Like I was talking about, I want Mike McDaniel to be the next Mike Tomlin. Like, let's not go under 500 with you. Let's keep being playoff contenders. Let's do that. Because
the thing
up for that pace.
The next offseason, the Dolphins aren't going to be learning the playbook. They're going to be mastering the playbook. Exactly. And I think that's going to be huge, especially in this offense, because it's so complex. I mean, anytime I watch the offense, I don't even know what the fuck's going on pre-snap. Like, I can't explain it to you. So, like I said, they learned it this offseason. They're going to master it next offseason. All right. Go ahead, Bob.
I was just gonna say, and one thing that just kind of jumped it all out and kind of sped everything up is you start 3-0. You beat the Bills, you beat the Ravens. All that's what did it. You know what I mean? Because we were like, okay, this new offense, let's give this coach some time. If we start like 2-1, 1-2, something like that, it's like, okay, we got to learn this thing. But we started so fucking hot that our expectations
biggest comeback, like.
So I
came
get
back
it.
down 21.
I do think Mike deserves another year, but we do got a couple supers. Patrick Mullen, you've been a big goat, donating all day long. Thank you, bro.
Shout out.
He said 7-10 ceiling with this roster next year. Smoke. Team got old overnight because of failed picks. Better rip off the Band-Aid now. Rebuild failed.
All right. Well, that just fucking shot me down.
Yeah. Well, Patrick, we'll get to the roster when it comes time. Let's play the game first, and then let's see how the roster shakes out. We do appreciate you, though. And then we did have another one real quick. King Dolphins says, Tua can't be starter next year. Team is too talented and could get far in playoffs. We need a durable quarterback and not rely on a backup at the end of the year again.
That's fair.
It's fair, dude.
Like, that's probably the side I lean on more. Still, it's a tough decision because it'd be so Dolphins. You get rid of Tua, he goes to another team, and he turns into Drew Brees. Like, exactly what would happen.
He will, by the way. That's 100%. Literally what will happen. He'll get an offensive line. Our offensive line is ranked like 31st this year. I know. I think it's a little bit better than that. But no, of course. But I just feel like that's what's going to happen.
I fuck with Mr. Finster's vibe. Appreciate you, big dog. He said, why the fuck are we talking about next year? We're still in the playoff game. No, I know. I'm just saying I appreciate the vibes, brother. We still got a game. We still got a game to play.
Just before we get to that,
right?
Just before we get to that, I need to hit this because I'm wearing the jersey for a reason. We are not wearing the white throwbacks. It's not allowed in the playoffs, which is whatever. That's the rule, whatever. Why the fuck didn't we wear it at all this year? At all. We still have not seen Tyreek Hill in the white throwbacks, which in my opinion, and it should be everyone's opinion, is the best jersey in the entire NFL. It is the best jersey in the entire NFL, the white Dolphins throwbacks. And we didn't wear them once this year. Not once. Are you kidding me?
It's hilarious because
50th anniversary.
It's so simple to please this franchise because we're so accustomed to not even winning games. We're just asking you to throw in a cool fucking uniform. Like, it's not like we're asking you to go, like, sign a top 3 player in free agency. It's like, please just wear the fucking white throwback once. Like, just wear them twice. Give us one game in aqua, one game in white. I'm with you, Jay. That's a wasted year when you don't wear that.
Are you fucking kidding me? No, like,
but when you go to the stadium, everyone's wearing the throwbacks. Like, it's the dumbest thing. Tom Garfinkel, you need to figure it the fuck out.
Hey guys, understanding the Tua situation, should we approach Derek Carr's situation or even Aaron Rodgers, or is it out of our budget? Thanks, and thank you, Nicholas Day Roach.
Rodgers is kind of like Brady, what you're talking about with Brady, but I actually think he's a lot better than Brady because I thought Brady really fell off the cliff. Derek Carr, I wouldn't even touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Don't want
to
him.
be honest with you.
Good on him.
Don't touch it.
No thanks.
I hope he goes to the Jets. That's what a lot of people are thinking.
I gotta put it up. We got a Bills fan. Dud Fins suck. We appreciate your money. We appreciate your time. We appreciate the space that we rent in your head rent free. Actually, it looks like you paid rent, $2. Appreciate it. He says you should apologize to Chef in person, Smoke.
Well, I already apologized to him, and I actually think we're gonna swing by one of their tailgates where he's gonna be at. I was gonna do that regardless, just cause I felt bad, and I do feel bad, but I'm not gonna, if that's the
Like,
worst
take it
thing
back,
I did
yeah.
in my life, I think I'm a pretty solid dude. Like, forgive me, and if you can't forgive me for that, like, I don't care. Like, it is what it is.
Facts. That's the supers.
All right. That's all the supers. Bet. Let's talk about this fucking game because you're right. We do have a game on Sunday.
Woo!
I don't know if you guys want me to fire you up or not because I don't know any way I could spin it. If Tua was playing, I really would be out here. Like,
I think we could win with Tua. No cap.
I'd be very confident. I'd be very confident it'd be a good competitive game that we have a chance to win.
I'd be confident it'd be a good game. I mean, the first two halves.
I mean, look, here's the talent gap between like Tua and Josh Allen. And then here's like the fucking talent gap between Josh Allen and fucking Skylar fucking Thompson. Like my arms aren't even long enough. And when it comes playoff time, the best of the best are in there. Look at all the teams that made it in the AFC. Burrow, Herbert, Allen.
Wait for him to see.
Kind of ish Lamar, kind of ish Tua, right? And then who's the other one that I'm missing? Trevor Lawrence. All good quarterbacks. And then you got two teams that aren't playing. They're starting quarterback, and they're the two biggest underdogs. So it's no surprise. And, I think our defense has been all right. Josh Allen has our number. It doesn't matter if you have the best defensive game plan in the world. He's like LeBron James, Michael Jordan. He's going to get you 25 and 10 every night, regardless of how you game plan for him. And the talent difference between Josh Allen and Skylar Thompson is just astronomical. And they're playing for something bigger than football. They're playing for DeMar. I think that factors into it.
Is huge. Yeah.
And he got discharged from the hospital today. So if he's at that game, I mean, you want to fire a team up, brother.
He's going to lead the team out, bro.
Yeah, the place is going to go absolutely apeshit as they should. And it's a blessing that he's out, no doubt. Is it a disadvantage 100%. To the Finns that he got discharged from a football perspective? Yeah, but like, of course I'm happy he's out. There's nothing else I would want more than him to 1,000%. Be out. And I would love to be there to see him at the game. I just think that'd be such a cool fucking human being moment to be there, like where everyone puts football aside and just embraces how fucking awesome it is that he made it out the way he did.
1,000%.
But back to the game, if Tua was playing, which he's not, but I'm just going to throw it out here, I still think we would lose, but I think it would have been like a 27-24, 30-27, and it would give us a lot more confidence going into next year. But the fact that he's not there, I've seen how terrible this fucking offense is without him, man. Like, it's really, really bad. I think we're lucky to score 10 points. I could see us losing this game 27-10. Kills me to say it. Like, you think I want to come up here and say that? Like, I don't. But
yeah, Dudfin Suck followed up and said, that's very cool, Mickey Smokes. Awesome that you're a stand-up guy. You should reconsider hanging out with the clown to the upper right.
That's my brother right there.
He's flying out on Friday. We're going to have some wings, Dudfins. We appreciate you, dog. Just giving you some shit. Calm down, brother. You guys are about to wax us on Sunday, bro. What else do you need over us? But if the Dolphins were to have any sort of a shot, any sort of a chance, any sort of life, a miracle, might people say, it's going to take Josh Allen turning the ball over in the red zone like he's liked to do this year. We're going to need 1 to 2 of those. It's going to be Skylar taking care of the ball on the other side. It's probably going to take a special teams touchdown. It'll probably take a defensive touchdown.
Yep.
And it'll take us running the shit out of the ball. So that's the game plan. That's the miracle. That's the way I can see it happening. My realistic score prediction for the game is the Dolphins will score a touchdown, but that's it, unfortunately. 31-7. It'll be a sad day, but it'll be a drunk day. Maybe blackout.
This is good,
like
though. Everyone thinks we're going to get fucking routed.
Go.
Everyone thinks we're going to get routed. That's the only thing we have going for us is everyone thinks that we're going to lose by 30, and they should. But that's a good thing.
Underdog
Every
story,
analyst is going to pick Buffalo. That's the only thing that we have going for us.
Yeah. So I want, what they say about low expectations, 34 zip. And I hope it's better than that. I just don't like their why with DeMar Hamlin is so large. They're going to come out firing and our offense just isn't going to have anything to compete. Like I'm going in with super low expectations so I can be happy with the result. So I'm going to say 34
Oh, me
zip.
and Bobby, My bad. Say your score first.
34-0, 34 zip.
Wow.
That's my score prediction.
Look, like Bobby, it sucks, but like every single game in the regular season, I get butterflies in my stomach. The only thing I'm gonna have in my stomach is
blue
Malbec
lights,
Light or whatever the fuck.
blue lights, baby.
There, like that's it. Like I'm going into that game to have a good time. I'm going to Buffalo to eat some good wings and some blue cheese, like, and hang out with my fucking brother for a couple of days.
And people want to know if you're doing this.
Through a table. I'm 100% going through a table. Guaranteed. Lock that up. 100% will happen.
Perfect.
Will happen.
I've seen it in the chat a few times. We just had to confirm.
Guaranteed. I am going through a table. 100,000%. Why else would I go to the game? I have nothing to lose. I want to jump through a table and smack my head on the back of the ground so I forget ever watching the game. That's what I want. I want to remember the tailgate and forget the game. That's what I want. That's my expectation.
Dolphins, another $2, bro. We appreciate you. We're just giving you shit. He says 911 Tavern on South Park.
I've heard
that's bring cash.
I heard it's Bar Bill and then that joint.
And wing
Those are the two I hear 24/7.
Yeah. We're hitting Bar Bill as soon as I pick him up from the airport. We're gonna try and hit Wing Nuts. We'll try and sneak over to 911 too. We're gonna give him a tour, brother. We're getting all the chicken wings. Because if you're gonna come up here and the Dolphins are gonna lose, you might as well enjoy yourself while you're here. So that's what we're gonna try and do. Some good food, some good booze. Be good to go.
That's really all I got, boys. So you guys said your piece. I said my piece. I don't think we're going to do a show Friday because I'm flying into Buffalo, but check us out on Twitter at Nicky Smokes, at Back9Bobby, at 416J. I know we'll be posting crazy content. I'll even post some like short clips here of us at the tailgate, some wing reviews and shit like that. But we love you guys. It's been one hell of a fucking ride. It's been one hell of a season. Hopefully it's not the last game, but it probably will be. It's been an unbelievable ride. We're so blessed, so thankful to have you guys. I mean, our first year here, we already have at least 1.5 thousand views every video, almost had 5,000 subscribers, having people donate every single video. And I didn't even think that was possible. I didn't even think that was going to be a reality this year. So the growth 100%. Of this channel in such a short time has been unbelievable. So fun to watch. And I'm just blessed to have the support that I have. So without you guys, we'd be absolutely nothing. And I just want to thank all you guys from the bottom of my heart for such a fun, amazing year. And hopefully we could see you again on Monday. But until then, as always,
my fins are up, baby. My fins are up.
Fins are up.
Fins up. Fins proud, baby.
Oh, I got to end the stream.